The fall of the great Aussie backyard happening before us. We're going to talk about it as real estate agents on the Northern Beaches. What's happening to the backyard? Stay tuned.
I'm the ringleader, so listen up.
Good morning.
Hello.
How are ya?
Yeah, really good, thank you. This is a fascinating topic spoken widely at the biggest real estate conference in the Southern Hemisphere yesterday. The fall of the Aussie back garden.
Who spoke about it?
Industry leaders, not only industry leaders, but also realestate.com, the number one online real estate website in our country for property data and insights. And I was just blown away. It sounds so simple, but Aussies have shifted their priority list on with their shopping, and the back garden is one of it.
Wow. Wow. You know what? We've thought it, we've spoken about it, and it's happened. It's
Yeah.
happened, the importance of the backyard. So how has it happened, Billy? What's happening? They're not asking for block sizes anymore. They're not brown nosing little blocks. What's happening?
Well, the biggest shift is the shrinking size. In the 1990s, the average Australian block size was 800 meters to 1,000 square meters. That was considered standard. Today, new residential average is just between 350 to 450, um, especially in urban growth areas. So that's sort of the key corridors where they're trying to push new traffic to. But for Sydney, even, the average lot size is between 280 to 300 square meters for the new development. So that's what they're releasing now. So it has changed. There's sort of three-step progress.
Why
Um,
don't people mind?
it's a shift in people's priority list. And to be frank, they don't have a choice. I don't think. Like councils are encouraging medium density. Um, backyard space is sort of sacrificed for more internal space. You've got an extra living room, extra bedrooms, um, and then the asset
Fresco
class.
outdoor.
Yeah, the asset class changed as well. So where people, were either going further afield for a bigger house, they've now got the opportunity to live a better lifestyle, but a different kind of living, such as a townhouse.
So just as the robo lawnmowers come along, people don't need them now. They got smaller blocks.
100%. And you know what else is interesting? It, um, the type of people that are buying these properties on a smaller block size, often fit in with a first home buyer or a downsizer, someone that doesn't really want the full maintenance of a big property. So it just makes sense. And another thing realestate.com was talking about yesterday is that Australia is getting older. You used to, I can't remember the dates they were talking about, but I think 10 years ago they were saying you used to walk down the road and 1 in 10 Australians was over the age of 65. Today, that's now 1 in 5. Australia is getting older.
So what, the oldies don't want to buy the yards either?
Well, there's just more people in the marketplace that don't have purpose for a big block. And so it makes sense. What the consumers want is what the developers will deliver. And it's where kind of the better prices are being delivered.
And on a massive scale also in terms of planning and scaling and stuff, it's actually much cheaper to deliver because you're really sweating the asset a lot more. So if you look at developing these blocks in that inner rung of CBDs, as in on the inside of the corkscrew, less hospitals need to be delivered. You just make the hospitals you've got bigger. Less schools need to be delivered. You just make the schools bigger. Whereas when
Yep.
you're delivering these blocks on the outside of the corkscrew, another hospital, another supermarket, another hospital, another supermarket, another school, It's really you have to highways, and it chokes the centre. Whereas they would rather build smaller blocks in the core of cities rather than going on the outside of a corkscrew and having to deliver all that infrastructure.
Yeah, I mean, just look behind me. What about this for a backdrop? I'm sitting in the Gold Coast, amongst some of the the newest high rises in the country, and none of these are empty either.
Yeah,
People are chasing a desirable lifestyle, and they're
people
happy to
love it.
sacrifice. They're happy to sacrifice the back garden. Um, as I said, townhouses and strata living is amongst the fastest growing type of property um, in the country. It doesn't
Because
surprise me.
I'm also not negotiating. I'm not arm wrestling with purchases on block sizes. So I remember 10 years ago, 15 years ago, I was having conversations like, what is it? And they're like, oh, I'm like, oh, it's 680, it's 680. And they go, oh, like, no, look, it's really got to be over 750. There's
Yeah,
none of that conversation anymore. It's just completely disappeared.
yeah, exactly right. The only time I ever hear a block size come up is in the context of development and trying to meet a minimum lot size for more more potential, i.e., subdivision. But otherwise, I just never hear it. It's so interesting. Like all the properties we sell, you get buyers that say they're sort of looking for around that sort of 600-700. I think that's a nice sort of medium level family, family sort of style of home. But you're absolutely right. I've never seen anyone lose a deal because they're 50 square meters out. Never, never, never.
Time to change, Billy. Time to change. What's the next trend if you're watching?
The next trend's more of this. Um,
You reckon?
you can see, yeah, you can see behind me. There's plenty more coming this way as well. Not
High
on, and
rise.
I think the reason for that is councils love it, and state governments love it. They want to
Got
they
your
want to
restaurants down. Got your nice restaurants downstairs. Go for a nice walk close to the water. Bang, bang, boom.
Yeah, it was interesting. Again, realestate.com. I was very impressed with their presentation yesterday. Gave an insight that Sydney's got the same footprint as Tokyo, but look at the difference in population.
Yeah.
We've got, we think we're sort of we're busy cities at the moment. Absolutely not. It really just needs to be a sort of an adaptive transport model, health model, social model. There's a lot more we can be doing with our big cities. I think
Education's a big one as well, isn't it?
education, yeah, there's a lot more coming. So
So,
yeah,
Billy, before we go, can you explain your sunglasses?
I'm just sitting in a beautiful sunny spot in the Gold Coast. They're a requirement.
What do you reckon the meta glasses?
I like them. They add definition to your face.
At the shocker. All
But
right.
yeah,
Well,
in
there's
summary,
a section for you guys in summary about blocks, what we are seeing as real estate agents, and I think it makes a huge impact. That it's confirmed. Like we are, it's that's what people are thinking out there. Amazing.
it's not going the other way around. In
Nah,
summary, it has moved from 800 to 1,000 square meters through the 90s. It's now moving to sort of 350 to 450 as an average. But in Sydney, we're seeing new land releases, around the 200 square meter mark. It seems small, but you can do a lot with it.
shrink your block. Love ya.
See ya.
There you
Bye.
guys.